If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. I could probably end the list right there, but I'm going to continue. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. Speaking from personal experience, creating a podcast felt so overwhelming. I didn't know where to start, but using Anchor was a no-brainer. Their website and app is user-friendly. You're able to navigate through it easily. It's pretty cool, guys. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. A one-stop shop. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. On this week's episode of the Indie Center podcast, we sit down with professional wrestler and actor Dann Villegas. But before we get into that, a word from our sponsors. This episode of the Indie Center podcast is brought to you by Spotify, the place where you can listen to your favorite artists and podcasts for free. Did you hear me? You don't even need a premium membership. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcast so you never miss an episode. Are you subscribed to me yet? Wink, wink. Premium users can download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, and that is so convenient. How many times have you found yourself in an airplane or driving down a road with no reception and you just want to escape but can't? You are stuck sitting next to somebody that snores, or you're stuck in a meaningless conversation and you just want to listen to podcasts. Well, now you can, guys. And you can easily share what you're listening to with your friends on Instagram. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to download the Spotify app and search for Indie Center Podcast on Spotify, or browse podcasts in the Your Library tab. Also, make sure to follow me so you never miss an episode. All right, episode number 18. I am here with a professional wrestler and actor, Dann Villegas. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for jumping on. You actually scratched off one of my to-do lists this year. I told myself before the year ended for 2020, I wanted to sit down with a wrestler because I love wrestling. I grew up watching it in the Attitude Era, the 90s. That was my shit. So I always wanted to know the ins and outs and how did it happen. So the fact that you reached out to me, I'm like, oh my God, wish came true. So thank you for jumping on. I want to get into wrestling. How did you get into that?
Oh, man. Well, I watched wrestling ever since I was a kid, man. Ever since I was little, watching back with Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Randy Savage, So that's what really drew me. One day, I just turned it on and just, see these guys in the ring, these big, massive dudes in the ring, beating the hell out of each other, man. I was like, it was pretty intense. I liked it, and my dad would always take me to over the Rosemont Horizon, which is now the Allstate. Okay. Take me over there to watch them whenever they came in town. My uncle would take me.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
Growing up was Ultimate Warrior when I was little.
The crazy one.
Yeah, when I was little, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan, but I liked Ultimate Warrior a little bit more. So
yeah, he's edgy. He was like, man,
he was intense
with the makeup.
He was intense.
It looks like every time I see him in the ring, he reminds me of like somebody that just went to the backstage and did a bag of coke and just ran to the ring. That's the way he acts.
Exactly,
like, oh my
man.
God.
So that's really that drew my attention as a kid, man. He was one of my favorites. That's what really got me started with wrestling, and then as I got older, obviously I know you told me you were into the Attitude Era, so seeing all that, what Stone Cold, Steve Austin, The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, that was actually my favorite era, and I used to have some buddies of mine that did independent wrestling here locally. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I would go check out some of the shows, and I was like, man, I think I can do this, I always, told myself, I think I can, but then you always second guess yourself. And then one day, this promotion I would always go watch, which is the promotion I wrestle for now, they held a fantasy camp. And I would pretty much come in for the day, You know, you pay, I forgot how much it was, and you come in and teach you how to bump, you know, teach you a couple little moves, you know, teach you how to fall. And I tried it, man, and it hurt. It hurt, and but after I left that day, man, I was like, man, I want to do this.
So they trained all that in one day: how to take bumps, how to fall, how to do moves, and all that.
It was just like, you know, just like one move.
Basic.
It was just basic. It was more basic to fall, you know, fall and land the proper way.
So was that the only training that you had before you like officially jumped into it?
Yeah, I did the fantasy camp, and then you know, I wanted to do it. I was kind of same thing, second guessing myself. You know, I was like, man, can I do it? You know, and then I just jumped into it after probably about a year after doing that. It took me about a year after I did the fantasy camp. It took me about a year to jump into it. And then man, I trained, and I just started training. I actually started training September of 2008 is when I started training.
Okay.
I remember because I signed the contract on my dad's birthday, which was September 7, 2008. So,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What was your first gimmick?
Actually, my first gimmick, I've actually had the same one I have now, man.
Really?
Ruthless. Ruthless Ramon Rodriguez, man. That's how I started, and that's where I'm still at to this day. You know, I just changed up a couple little different things as far as like my ring gear, stuff like that. You know, but for the most part, man, I've pretty much been the same guy since I started.
Right. So did you choose it yourself? Was that the thing?
Yeah. I choose it myself. You know, just trying to sit and think of ideas. You know, starting this wrestling promotion. I was pretty much the only Latino in this wrestling promotion.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
crazy.
so I was like, man, so I want to use that to my advantage. You know, so obviously, you know, they started me off as a heel, which is the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, and so all right, cool. So then I want to be just some badass Mexican that's just coming out the streets and whooping everyone's ass, you know. So so I'm like, what's a nickname that can be, you know, kind of get that demeanor where you're just, you know, just edgy and just, you know, you just whoop the shit out of I don't know if I can swear.
Yeah, no, you good. Go ahead.
You know, I can whoop the shit out of someone, you know, at a drop of a dime. So I'm like, okay, I'm Ruthless. That's, you know, that's a pretty edgy, you know, nickname. So I wanted something to kind of flow with that name.
Okay.
You know, so then I was bouncing off names that just started with the letter R, you know, and then I just got with the Ramon, and you know, and I'm like, and then I just kept trying to fold the names together, and that's where, you know, I got the Ruthless Ramon Rodriguez, you know, and it sucks because after I started it, didn't realize it. You know, I don't know if you remember Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon,
Everyone was fucking calling me Razor Ramon. So I'm like, oh
Scott
man,
Hall.
yeah. So
Scott
I'm like, oh man, you know, I'm like, I think I kind of shot myself in the foot here, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep running with it, you know, and I have.
And Razor Ramon played. He was an Italian playing Cuban, right? His whole character was like, dude.
from Miami, Florida, you know, Yeah, so I was like, but I kept going with it, you know, and still to this day, 11 years later, man, I'm still Ruthless Ramon.
So your whole persona, did you use anybody as an influence to it? Because when I saw you in the ring and coming in, you had the whole bandana thing. The one person I think of when I see you coming down was New Jack from ECW.
Yeah.
Because he's ruthless. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Dude, the way he talks, the way he acts, like the way he is in the ring is the way he is in real life.
In real life,
dude.
Yeah. He don't fuck around, man. But no. Actually, you know what? I wanted something just because, you know, in real life, I'm just a very just laid back, just low key, genuine dude, man. You know, father of 2 little girls, so I'm just, you know. I'm always just, you know, very just chill. Everyone, you know, a lot of people that meet me, like, you know, such a nice guy. So I'm like, I want to do something opposite of that, you know, to kind of bring out the side of me that I, you know, never really bring out. So I was like, all right, no. So then I kind of just, you know, turned it up another level, you know, with that.
Okay. Did you, so your gear, right? So did you choose it? Did you do homework on it? Because your jeans are kind of baggy, or your pants are kind of baggy. With Ruthless on
Well, because I liked Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and you know, I met him before, and we're pretty much the same height, same build.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him at?
He was at a couple WB shows. You know, afterwards, you know, go to a restaurant or bar, and they're all there just chilling. You know?
Okay. So he's your height.
He's shorter than me.
Okay, I was about to say, because he does look pretty short.
No, she's shorter than me, but just to see like his you know, we pretty much similar in height, same build, you know. But then he used to wear those baggy pants, you know. Yeah. So that's where I got pretty much my influence first from my first gear was because of Rey Mysterio. And then now, what I use now, I use like the the baggy shorts, or I just got some bandana print pants, and so like I said, now I just kind of changed it up a little bit, changed up, still got the name, still the same persona, I just changed up, ring gear, stuff like that.
So I know this is not part of the set of questions that I sent you. I know that in the ring, sometimes you have to call your moves and call your, what you're going to do next. And the one thing like the Undertaker says and, Kane has is the hair,
right.
With the hair in their face, they're able to tell you,
right.
Us being bald, right? Yeah. How do you call your moves? How does that happen for you?
I try to speak with my teeth pretty close together. So you can't really, but for the most part, it kind of move my face or keep my head down as much as I could, because you kind of got to try to keep it.
I always wondered that because I was driving and I'm like, that is a good question because I'm bald. I'm balded and shit. Yeah. So like, if I were to wrestle, I'm like, I have no idea how I was gonna call it.
Yeah, right.
My hand over my mouth or something.
And that's pretty much how it is for me because. Like you said, obviously I don't have the hair for it, so I got to make it as discreet as possible without people catching it,
What was the best gimmick that you've seen of all time?
The best gimmick I've seen of all time?
Yeah.
Actually, there's I don't know if you follow it now.
WWE.
Yeah.
I follow it somewhat.
Okay, right now there's a character that I really like.
Bray Wyatt.
The Fiend, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yep, that's actually my favorite character because he's doing two characters in one.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's got that little Mr. Rogers, fun.
The show,
yeah. And then all of a sudden he turns into this like Leatherface.
I heard that's causing so much controversy.
It is. It's causing controversy because of the fact that I don't know if you've seen his matches when he wrestles. He wrestles with that red light on.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a picture.
When he wrestles as a Fiend, he wrestles with the red light on.
The entire time?
Yeah, the entire time. So it's a lot of controversy with the fans because they're having a hard time seeing in the ring.
Okay.
But that's part of his gimmick where he's supposed to be, he's like the Leatherface. He's got that Leatherface mask.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be, like this, like the boogeyman pretty much, So, but yeah, that's the controversy that's going on right now. From what I hear or what I read, it's the fans having trouble watching in their live that are watching in the ring. It's kind of hard
I would imagine it being difficult. It's kind of like the Undertaker when he's coming to the ring and he has that
the dark purple light.
Dark purple light.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to wrestle in that light, I would hate it.
Right.
I went to I think I've only went to one live taping was when Rikishi The Rock made Vince McMahon kiss Rikishi's ass.
I was there for that one.
I was there for that one too.
I was there for
Yeah, I was there, and I being there, I could just imagine how uncomfortable it would be just to see a dark room,
right,
with a red shine in the middle,
and that's it. Yeah,
that's it. Like, it's no enjoyment. You can't take a picture of that.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
Especially when you're in the ring, man. You're in the ring. You got to make sure you can see everything that's going on in there. Not just for the protection of the moveset. You got to make sure you're protecting yourself, protecting the guy in the ring with you. So I can't even imagine what it's like being in the ring, having that red light, the dark red light, just the only thing you can see with, So yeah, I can see where that controversy comes from.
If you were to pick any gimmick in the industry, which one would it be and why?
If I were to pick anyone to
redo.
Redo it?
Yeah, like if, man, you know what? I think I could pull that off. Let me try that.
To redo it? Man, I would have to say, let me think here. Man, you know what? There's quite a few of them that I would think I would try to redo. You know what? I would have to say, like right now they got, like I said, I don't know if you follow too much right now, but right now they got these three luchadores with the mask on and everything.
Okay.
They're called Lucha House Party, bro, and they make them come out with like the piñata and like bouncing.
Really?
Yeah, man. And I know it has nothing to do with the wrestlers. It's all how they're making them get booked,
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, man, I would want to do that so differently, man. Like, these guys are so talented in the ring. You see these guys wrestle, they're so talented. One of the guys is here from Chicago.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they're just so talented in the ring, man. They got so much to offer, but I feel like they're being held down, and they give them just this stereotypical, characters, where I'm like, nah, man, you got these guys, you got to make sure you show off their. And
the fucked up thing about that, it's really not up to them, right? It's up to the writers and to the people behind them.
Yeah,
so it's like, you can see the potential, but the fact that they're getting these bogus ass piñatas to bring down in the ring.
And they're pretty much handcuffed, man. You know,
That's
they can only do
they're
so much.
Puppets, you know?
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
So you would do that gimmick?
I think I would, man, just because like. You know, like I see them, like, man, these guys can do so much more, you know. And probably me being biased, being a Latino, you know, Mexican, I'm just like, man, you know, I wish I could do this so differently for, you know. I'm sure they could do it even twice, you know, 5 times better, but I'm just like, I wish I could redo this, you know, redo these 3 guys' characters, you know, and help them out.
Yeah. Do you enjoy being a heel?
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
You would
man.
never become a babyface?
No, I know. I mean, I've been a babyface before.
Okay.
But
how long did that last?
I said probably. I bounced back and forth with, you know, probably 1 year, you know, babyface, you know, and then next year heel for a couple of years. I've been a heel now for probably about a good, probably about 4 or 5 years now, man.
4 or 5 out of the 11?
Yeah, so, and even longer than that. But yeah, I love it, man. Like I said, it's totally opposite from my real life character.
Yeah.
You know, so I love it, man. I love that I can just, you know, like I got a show tonight, for instance, you know, and, you know, I'm kicking here with my daughters, you know, and they're over here putting makeup on me and stuff like that. But I love that later tonight I can go and I run out the curtain. I can just talk shit and piss people off, and then I'll piss people off, and yeah.
When you first started as a heel, did it get to you when the fans were getting into it and like talking shit to you?
No. When I did that, I was like, okay, cool. I'm pissing these people off.
Yeah,
like it
didn't piss you off. Did it get to you?
No, man.
But like, what did it just call me?
No, you know what? I will say one thing. This was probably like last year, 2 years ago, man. I came out, and one of the first chances I got was build the wall.
Okay.
You know, that was the first one where I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, but I'm like, oh, okay, no, I gotta, you know.
they told them to build.
That's what they were chanting.
Wow.
That's what they were chanting when I came out, build the wall, you know. And I was like, what the fuck, you know. So when I first came out, I was like,
damn.
Hey, how the hell am I gonna react to this one?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm cool with this one, you know. But I'm like, nah, you know.
You should have been like, who the fuck do you think he's gonna build it?
Right. So I'm like, man, but no, you gotta, you know, a lot of shit. You gotta learn to kind of just brush it off, man. You know, that's what it comes with. You know, the good thing is that if you piss people off, if you're a heel and you get people to the point where they start screaming shit like that, you're pretty much doing your job, man.
Yeah, they're invested in you.
Right. Exactly.
So you fought a Guerrero, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I find that to be so fascinating. I grew up in the 90s. I watched Eddie Guerrero when he was in WCW. I watched him when he came into WWE. Chavo Guerrero, Latino Heat, you know, all that. And you ended up fighting Chavo. Mm-hmm. How was that experience for you?
Oh, man. It was unreal, if I can say, you know, because the fact that, you can say I grew up watching these guys, you know, and the Guerreros, they were actually one of my favorite tag teams in WWE, you know, and it's not the fact that, you know, that I wrestled Chavo, but just the fact that, you know, it's the real deal. When I grew up, they were one of my favorite tag teams. I actually loved watching these guys, you know, and the fact that I was able to get in the ring and wrestle with a guy that I grew up watching, and one of the guys that I idolized in WWE, you know. It was surreal, man. I seriously thought I was fucking dreaming for a while.
I would have been shaking in that ring.
I do, honestly. You know, it was cool because, you know, when you know, it was a Saturday night, and Chavo came in on a Friday night, and I picked him up and I pretty much chauffeured him around the whole weekend, you know. Yeah. You know, the promoters, like, you know, get to know him, you know, that way you're not so nervous in the ring, man. And, you know, we got to know each other, you know, and hung out, you know, had some beers and all that, you know, and, you know, I felt comfortable after a while, but then, you know, even when we got to the arena that night and at the venue, and we're talking, you know, just bullshitting, you know, it was cool, you know, and getting ready to go out. I felt fine. I got in the ring, felt fine. As soon as I heard that music hit, man, and when I heard his music hit, instantly I was like, whoa, I'm like, this is fucking real.
Because it's one thing to chill with him, have beers, you know, go eat breakfast and shit. And then you're in that ring, the ring that you like know for years, and then he comes out, it's like, shit, I'm in his territory.
Right.
You know?
And so that's when I heard his music hit and I saw him walk out and I heard the crowd just fucking go nuts. That's when I was like, okay, this is real. This is like, wow, this is a fucking real deal. And it instantly, man, I started shaking a little bit, you know, I started getting nervous, you know, and you know, even watching back at this, you know, the video of the match, you know, I could see that I'm nervous, you know, just by how stiff I am, you know. I'm like, man, you could tell how fucking nervous I am, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would definitely have to do it again with him, you know, like, you know, we're cool to this day, you know, but I would definitely have to do it again because I think now this time around I wouldn't be as nervous.
Yeah,
I think I could
because you've already been through the fire.
Right, exactly,
so
exactly. You know, but just to say, even if it doesn't happen again, man, that the fact that it happened,
yeah,
it's unreal, you know, like words can't even really describe it, you know. It's definitely one thing I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life, you know.
That's a great experience to take away from it, man.
Right.
I mean, it's like I remember you sending it to me, and then I watched it, and I was like, holy shit. So I ended up showing my good friend. We grew up together, and he knows how much I love wrestling, and vice versa. I was like, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, everybody does. I'm like, dude, I was flipping out, man. Do you portray your ruthless character out of the ring?
No, man. Like, you know, I don't even go out to bars, and it's harder with two daughters, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, I'm home, you know, all the time. So, but even if I were to go out, you know, if someone starts a fight breaks out, I'll be the first fucking guy to be like, hey, man, let's talk about this. Really, come on. Do we really want to do this? Come on. You know, I'll be the first one trying to calm the situation down.
Yeah,
you know? But
trying to de-escalate it.
Right. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I get pushed to that level, it's a whole different story. But I'll be the first one to kind of chill everything out, you know. Yeah. Which is why, you know, like I said, I like portraying that character because it allows me to be somebody that I'm not.
That you're not.
Right.
Like, I remember seeing an interview where Undertaker was like, I was the dead man, and that's who I was. He said for years he wore nothing but black.
Yep.
He was that person in and out the ring.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird to see somebody get so involved in that character and so involved in that lifestyle.
Right.
So I wanted to see if, you know, if the person that you were in the ring kind of matched the person you were out.
Oh, no.
So do you treat the fans differently, like when you're out the ring, or do you kind of try to stay in that character to be like...
No, man, I'm respectful to everybody after the
Build
show,
what wall, motherfucker, say to my face now.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm respectful to everyone, man, because, you know, they pay their money to come watch us, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they use a Saturday night to come and watch us and pay their money. You know, I know how hard it is to make a buck, you know, to come and watch us, you know, and support it, you know. So I'm cool with everybody afterwards.
That's great. So personal hygiene is a big thing, right? Every time I wake up and I go to work, I make sure I got my pit smelling good and my body smelling good.
Oh, yeah.
So I know it has to mean even more inside of the ring.
Oh, man.
Have you had any bad experiences with BO?
I have, and that's not fun.
How does that work?
Man.
Is this person notorious for having BO?
You got some that are. You got some that are, and you got some guy, maybe you caught him, maybe he ran out the house late, you know. But dude, especially when they're pulling you in for that headlock, man, and you got your face all up in there, you're like, man, you're trying to squeeze your hand in and build that little barrier between your face and their armpit, you know. But yeah, it's not a fun experience, that's for sure. That's one thing that I make sure I do when I leave the house. I'll make sure I'm fresh, I'm clean, my pits are smelling good, you know. I'm not trying to hurt my opponent that way, you know.
Yeah. So after that happens, do you have a conversation like afterwards? Be like, bro, put some deodorant on your balls, man. What the hell was that?
Yeah. Sometimes if you're real cool with the guy, you will. Like, hey, man, fuck, you need to smell better next time. It should stink in the ring, you know. But man, yeah, it can be a rough experience. That's for sure.
So now we're moving on into acting, right? You're in the ring. What made you want to get into acting?
Oh, man, one day, it's probably about 5 years ago, I'm scrolling through my phone, you know, and you see those ads pop up, you know, you want to be an actor, click here, whatever. So I just pressed the button, and then all of a sudden it shows Chicago PD looking for background extras, you know. Okay. And then I go and I look, and it says, you know, pedestrians, bar patrons, and it says gangbangers. I'm like, I got the look. I think I can, you know. Yeah. So honestly, man, for shits and giggles, I just sent my info. I sent my info in, sent in some pictures of me, thought nothing of it. You know, I just hit it, sent it, went on with my day, thought nothing of it, and then I think like a day or two later, I got the email back saying that they wanted to book me for background, you know, as gangbangers, as one of the gangbangers, and I was like, the fuck, I'm like, all right, because I never thought about acting before. I never even, you know, wasn't really interested too much about it. No, nothing like that. So it just came out of nowhere. So it just honestly just came out of nowhere, and So I was like, what the hell? So I'm like, all right. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know what the hell background was, nothing like that. So, long story short, like I booked it, and I went and did the background thing for Chicago PD, man. And then just from the first take, watching these actors do, as soon as they call action, watching them do what they do, man, I was like, holy shit. I was like hooked. Because to me, it's kind of a similar form of wrestling in a way. Yeah. So that's what attracted my attention. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, man, they yell action. They're just a different character, just like that, Yeah. And it attracted me right away, and I was like more like sitting there just focusing on them, like watching them how they, what they're doing, watching them, their craft and everything. I was like, dude, this is fucking badass. I like this, And then I kept doing background work here and there just to check it out, and then like I said, I never knew nothing about acting. I didn't even know how do you get speaking roles? How can I be one of these guys? So I just kept going to these things, and then you meet people, and then it's funny because I actually reached out. You go back to the whole Chavo Guerrero thing.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the first guys I reached out to when I got into acting. Because he's into acting also. He does a lot of stunt coordinating. So he's one of the guys.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
he does stunt.
Yeah, he does a stunt coordination for that show Glow.
Okay.
And so I reached out to him and I asked him, hey man, I hope you don't mind me reaching out, but I'm interested in doing this acting thing. Yeah. How, what do I got to do to take steps further, And he was just awesome about it, He's telling me, man, reach out whenever, man. He goes, take your classes, get yourself booked on short films, independent films, student films, build your resume up,
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. And then, same thing with wrestling. I was thinking about it, kind of procrastinating it, and actually my wife is actually the one that lit the fire up under my ass, because I asked her, one day, I'm like, I'm thinking about doing this, She's like, well, just do it. She's like, all you do is you're always procrastinating, just do it.
Yeah.
So just fucking do it. So what do you have to lose? Take the class. If you like it, move on. If you do, then continue with it, So right after that conversation, I called and I started taking classes. And
no shit.
Yeah.
Where'd you take the classes at?
I started off at Acting Studio Chicago.
Okay.
Over in downtown.
Okay.
Off of Hubbard, and I loved it, man. I loved it. I was like, man, this is cool. I kept going with it. Then I started booking myself on student films, short films, and dude, I loved it. And and then this started about 5 years ago, and then. I've been doing it, and then just this past year, I got signed with an agency. And,
that's cool. Which one?
Hayes Talent.
Okay, Hayes Talent. Yeah, Ricky Flores is on there.
Yeah.
My guy's Ricky Flores.
And I know also what's his name. I met him through Instagram about a month ago. Enrique. He was on your show too.
Guzman.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a good friend of mine. Man.
Yeah.
So, what was the best technique you took away from the acting class?
The best technique I took away from it?
Like, what was the thing? Like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
I would have to say, like, I guess forcing your feelings.
Forcing your feelings,
okay. On camera, because you could tell when it's forced, or you could tell when it's actually organic, and at first I kind of, that's what I thought it was. I thought, you were just kind of forcing everything, forcing your emotions, if you had to be sad, angry, whatever, and it kind of shows you, no, you got to pull it, from certain areas, and you got to pull it from certain areas in yourself, and so that was that's definitely, I was like, wow, okay.
I wrote a short film called Silence about child abuse, and I thought it would be easy just to get on the camera and fake cry, but there's situations in there where you have to just sit back and actually put yourself in there, and then I thought about my kids, because I had 3 little girls. And I was like, man, I have to put myself there.
Yeah.
So you can't just fake it. You have to just be like, that's my daughter. That's my daughter. Yep. And then I just, fucking start crying. So I definitely understand about, having it just, you have to pull it from different places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it can mess with you, man. It does. Yeah.
It does.
It could fuck with your head.
There was times where I was cleaning the dishes, right? And I think I'm thinking about one scene or how I want it to be or whatever. And then I start thinking about my kids and how I'm going to prepare for it. And then I start crying, right? Mm-hmm. My wife fucking comes in. I'm cleaning the dishes. I'm crying. She's like, why are you crying? I'm like, you won't understand.
You don't get it. You're
not an actor. Just
right. It's actor problems, all right?
She's done that to me twice, man. One day I was showering too. I was drying and she came out. I'm crying. I'm like, I'm sentimental. Get away. So, what aspect of acting do you find the most challenging?
I think the most challenging would have to be the auditioning process. That's
nerve-wracking.
Yes, and it's crazy because you can go in and you could fucking nail an audition, but then they could pick someone else beyond your control. It could be because this guy's a little bit taller.
Yeah.
This guy's a little bit thinner. This guy nailed the audition, but this guy has hair, this guy doesn't.
Yeah. It's all about the image,
right?
Because whoever wrote it, they have somebody in mind.
Exactly.
Or, like they're a perfect type.
Right.
And you might have been great on camera.
Yeah.
You might have nailed it.
Right.
But you aren't 6'5" with blonde hair.
That's the thing. Right, exactly.
So how do you shake that out of your system?
You know what? It took a while for me, because I went on several auditions, with Claire Simon.
Yeah.
And then I remember one time I had an audition where I got the call back. I auditioned in front of all the directors.
Okay.
I was actually in the running. It was between me and another guy, and then, so dude, I was on Check Avail for the whole weekend. So that was like the longest weekend ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, come on. And then, after I got it, I found out that I didn't get it.
Okay.
It did mess with my head a little bit,
Okay.
And I think I needed it though, because I reached out to some friends that are that I met through acting, and they're like, it's all right, you got to brush it off going to the next.
Yeah, dude,
you got to brush it off going to the next. Who cares? You as soon as you walk out of that audition, already brush it off and go to the next. I sit there and wait for them to call back.
That is the most, exhausting experience, bro.
Yeah.
I could just doing that every day, audition after audition after audition. I could see how people quit after a year or two of no's,
right?
Because you'll hear 100 no's before you hear that one yes.
And that's one thing that I've always heard. They said, man, you're gonna hear 50 to 100 no's before you hear that one yes.
Yeah.
And it can be, like I said, it can be beyond your control. Nothing that you're doing wrong. You can go in and nail every fucking audition, but it's something that they're not probably, your image or something, your look is not something that they're looking for.
Do you prefer live auditions rather than self-tape?
You know what? I do prefer live auditions. I do.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, because I just I don't know. As weird as it is, I'm sure because
it's really weird. I disagree, but go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think it's because if I'm doing a self-tape audition, I don't have that nervous feeling. So I'm just like, okay, let me just, let me just rock out these lines real quick.
You don't feel more most comfortable?
No, I think when I'm actually in the live audition room in front of the casting directors, that nervous feeling, I'm like, okay, like I really need to nail this shit in front of them. I have to perform. I have to, because their eyes are on me right now. They're literally just watching me, so I need to make sure this is the fucking best performance I can give.
Yeah.
Where I feel like if it's a self-tape, then I'm like, okay, am I doing this right? I might question myself too.
Yeah.
I'm more questioning myself than anything than I am when I'm in a live audition.
Yeah.
So I think I prefer a live audition.
I did a self-tape, and it's like 8 times. I mean, I was like, no.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And then, because it was my monologue, and
right.
I ended up having to cry, or like not cry, but just like get amped up.
Yeah.
It's a drama monologue. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, I definitely like the fact that I could just, all right, let's do it again.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it again.
Yeah.
But definitely the live audition, you're on the spot, you're right there. You have to perform, you have to ace it.
Right, exactly.
There's 20 other people outside that door, they're gonna do exactly the same shit that you're doing right now.
And all you got, like I say, you do a self-tape, you can keep fixing it, and you can stay there an hour or two just fixing it. Where in a live audition, you're in there, 20, 30 seconds, and that's it.
Oh my God.
That's it, and it's real quick. And it sucks because they don't give you no feedback,
No,
it's
like,
just,
all right, cool, next.
How did I do? Right, so I think that's what, because you're kind of forced, but okay, no, you know what, I need to be on my toes, I need to make sure everything's fucking mint in this audition right now. So opposed to the self-tape, you're like, you're doing it, I don't like it, let me do it again, I'm not sure if this is right, that's why I like the live ones better, as weird as it sounds.
All right, to each his own, man. I see you on comedy. I actually really enjoyed your comedy, that wallet sketch. That was really funny. You're really funny on that. A drama and a sci-fi project. Which genre do you prefer?
Oh man, I like drama and comedy.
Okay.
I do. I like drama. I like the intense scenes. But comedy, I love comedy in general. So the fact if I can be funny in a film, man, definitely love to do it, you know. So it's hard to pick between the two. If I had to pick, I think I'll have to pick drama.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely up there with comedy though.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of neck and neck then?
Yeah.
There was a scene in your drama where you played a principal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where I laughed and I don't know why, is when you were talking to the younger kid and they were both outside.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
All right, and then the bad kid turned around and looked at you and then your
kind
face.
of mad dog him.
Yeah, like that was funny to me. Was that supposed to be funny?
Yeah. No, it wasn't supposed to be funny.
Supposed to be funny?
No, it was supposed to show like I don't like this kid. You know?
It came out so funny, like the switch.
And it's funny because people that
man.
have seen it, they said the same thing. You
Dude.
know? Like, oh man, that wasn't Principal Lopez, that was Ruthless Ramon in that one shot. Yeah.
I think if I were to pick to see what genre to see you in, I think I'd much rather, because you do perform both well, and I watched your performance on the drama, your entire dialogue between him and yourself and the child, and then your comedy dialogue. I think you're well versed.
Thank you, appreciate that.
I find it always funny when a big, muscular guy is funny,
right.
by accident or on purpose. Like Terry Crews. Like I go watch him in that movie.
He's hilarious.
But watching him at was it Friday After Next?
Yeah,
when he's dancing to Tupac and shit. That shit is hilarious.
Like, I don't think I could. I think if I see Terry Crews in a serious drama, that'd be hard to. It'd be hard to see because you see Terry Crews and you just instantly think comedy. He's funny. With him on White Chicks. When he's doing the whole when he's singing that one song in the car.
Making my way.
And that's the thing. I feel like I get typecasted a lot.
Okay.
Obviously because of my look and everything. I get typecasted a lot, and I would like to do more of the comedies.
Yeah, to break out of that mold.
Right, and it's one thing with the student films that I like doing because it's easier to get booked. Playing different characters opposed to, you do something bigger like any one of these Chicago shows or anything like that.
You're a game maker.
Gangbanger,
always.
Gangbanger, some kind of, villain, but it's mostly gangbangers. It's like, okay, I'll take it. It's fine, that's fine.
Yeah,
of course,
it's a good payday.
Exactly,
I'll
take it.
Right there.
Yeah, I'll take it. But I would like to show other, other sides.
What's next in the acting world for you?
Next in the acting world, I would love to. First thing, one of my goals is to get booked on one of these Chicago shows. As in a speaking role. And then hopefully progress from there, start off here in Chicago, get the credits out here, and then, move on, move on bigger to bigger things, but my obviously my short-term goal is to hopefully get booked on as a speaking role, and on one of these shows. So
man, the bad thing about getting booked, right, as a SAG actor here in Chicago, especially for one of those shows, like once you're booked on there,
you can't get booked on.
You're done for what is it, 4 years?
2 to 3.
2 or 3 years?
2 3 years, yeah.
Dude.
Yes.
Having that good payday, but then you're like, shit.
Okay.
Hopefully my character.
Exactly. You're hoping for a reoccurring role.
Like Enrique Guzman. Luckily, his character is always on for PD.
Yeah.
But he's always getting shot in the ass. So it works for him. But that's my fear of getting booked. It's like shit. Mm-hmm. I hope this character pops. I hope this character stands out. I hope the writers will be able to write him in somewhere else.
Exactly, man.
But that is a good goal to have because once you're on Chicago PD, hey, you're good.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for, man. I did a commercial for that show Chicago Justice.
Okay.
It only went like one season.
1 season, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I was in the commercial for it. I was actually one of the bad guys that John Seda arrested. Antonio Dawson in the commercial. And it was crazy because when I got that, I didn't even put myself out there for it. They actually reached out to me because they already had my photos and my info and file. Yeah. And they contacted me saying. The background contacted me saying, "Oh, we really want you for this feature role in this commercial." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, what is it?" And they told me. I'm like, "Well, yeah, definitely." So I did it, man. That was an experience. I mean, I didn't talk or nothing. I was it was a commercial. I was running. He tackled me.
Oh, that's still dope.
That's still dope as hell. So I was like, man, now I wish I just want to let me say something, But yeah, so I'm hoping. I said that's definitely my short-term goal for this year.
Have you watched Expendables by chance?
Yes.
Okay. I remember watching it years ago, so my memory is going to be hazy with the characters. But if you were to recast the Expendable movies using yourself or any wrestler, both active or inactive, who would they be? So Sly, Jason, Arnold, Dolph Lundgren, Jet Li, and Terry Crews. Who would you put in Sly Stallone's spot?
And I'm in there also?
You could be in there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shit, man. Me and The Rock.
You and The Rock?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge Rock fan, man.
Oh, he's badass.
Yeah.
He's being a superhero next year, or this year, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it this year?
He's filming it this year.
Adam?
Something. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be you and The Rock for all. You're gonna take you and The Rock for all the spots.
Oh, you're talking about to fill out.
Yeah. So who's gonna take the spot of Sylvester Stallone? Like, who's gonna be his character?
Okay, so we'll take put on me. We'll put Rock in there.
Okay.
We'll throw. Let's see here. Gotta throw in Brock Lesnar. That's
Oh my God. He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
He is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll throw Brock Lesnar in there.
Okay.
We can throw Cena in there.
Okay,
you know?
John Cena.
Yeah.
Which John Cena? The one that started off with the little spiky hair, or the one now the soldier?
Now the soldier one
new
definitely.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here, and then I would probably choose. Let me see here, and then I'd probably throw in there. Let me think here for a second. You said past and present.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who. They could be dead. Bring
see.
back Ultimate Warrior. You could bring out Steamboat.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, man. Shit, even Macho Man. Macho Man was pretty he's an intense dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that his real voice?
Yeah, it was.
That was his real voice?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Throw him in there, man. That's talking about an intense person, you know.
Okay.
You know, so and throw myself in there. Why not? You know?
All right. I had a question. You said Brock Lesnar. Would you ever think about crossing over to a different combat sport, right? Because you're professional wrestling. Would you think about doing MMA or boxing or kickboxing or?
Maybe. Now, 11 years of doing wrestling, man, my body's beat, you know?
Yeah.
My body's hurting. So I'm not sure how much longer I got left with it, you know? But, I actually, before I got into wrestling, I thought about doing MMA.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I thought about doing it just to, not even just to fight, but just more the training, you know, training purposes, you know? And, but obviously wrestling was, you know, that was my passion, you know? So I went with wrestling, and I don't regret it one bit, but to answer your question, if I were to do something afterwards, I think I'd probably take on some boxing.
Okay.
Afterward, you know.
That's a little safer than MMA, man.
Yeah, I'd definitely take on boxing.
Who said it? I think Brock Lesnar said it, that MMA is safer than wrestling. Man, or somebody said it.
You know what it is? Man, a lot of people don't give wrestling the respect that it deserves, you know. They think it's the fake stuff. Well, it's fake, then get in there and try it for one, you know.
Yeah, it's okay. The storylines are fake. The personality is fake, but everything that happens is real. You're falling off a 12-foot ladder. I don't give a fuck if you're yourself or you're ruthless.
Right.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. These people, you guys are, you know, sacrificing your bodies.
Yeah.
You're falling on the canvas day in and day out, taking bumps, getting hit with shit. That shit is real, dude.
Exactly.
Dude, that shit pisses. I understand where they're coming from, but it pisses me off the fact that they say, it's fake. No, dude. They're wrestling every single day.
Yep.
Like WWE, they travel.
One wrong fall, man. That's all it takes.
That's it.
That's it. End your career. And you know, whether you land on your head, you know, you can paralyze yourself. You know, you take one wrong fall, you know, you can break a leg. You know, break your shoulder. You know, so people don't really understand it. And I really wish that it got the respect that it deserved. You know, because people, like I said, people think, like you said, they think it's in there. They go, oh, it's fake. Is it scripted? Yes. You know, do we know what's going to go on? Yes, but what we're doing in there, is it fake? No, far from it. You know, and I think, I wish everyone was able to get in the ring and actually go through it so they can actually feel it. You know, and I've seen people come in for fantasy camps. You know, that are interested in wrestling. They do it, never see them again because. You know, and then when they take that first bump, like, you just see them in pain. Like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting to feel like that. Expecting that it was fake.
How bad is that fall to the canvas? Like,
it's definitely.
It doesn't have any give, does it?
There's a little give, but I think for that first one, you're not expecting it to hurt that much. You know, because what's underneath, it's all boards. Okay. You know, you got boards underneath and like a mat that's probably about an inch thick. So there's really not a lot of give, a lot of protection. You know, so yeah, that's. Like I said, people don't really understand what what we go through when we take those bumps in the ring. The sacrifices that we take when we get in the ring and we start, you know, and we perform in front of everybody. You know, we're putting our bodies on the line. You know, we're putting our lives on the line. You know, to entertain people. And a lot of people like to trash it, but they really don't understand what goes into it. You know, and you know, I guess you ever see the movie The Wrestler?
The one with Make You Work.
Yeah. And there was a lot of people that are in the business that didn't like it just because it gave away a lot.
Okay.
You know, but it kind of showed a little bit of an insight of what professional wrestlers go through. You know, and you know, people that have never seen it, you know, they should see it just to kind of get an idea of what it's like. You know, but you know, maybe that'll kind of change people's minds. You know, I doubt it, but you know, you never know.
Talking about bumps, right? And then people coming in one day, never coming back. What bump have you seen or experienced that has been the worst for you?
The worst for me would probably have to be, this was about 7 years ago. About 7 years ago, I did a cage match. It was a 3-way cage match.
Oh shit.
And I actually, and this cage is probably about a good, you know, 15 feet high, about 20 feet high, 15, 20 feet high around there. And I was on top of it, and I got power bombed off the top of the cage. Me thinking, oh yeah, it'd be all right. I actually landed on my neck.
You thought that was gonna be all right?
I thought at that moment, you know, I was like, it'd be all right, you know. And I wasn't thinking. I was thinking more of the pop, you know, oh man, the fans are gonna love this, you know.
Damn.
I landed on the back of my neck where I blacked out. Got knocked unconscious. I didn't come to until one of the other wrestlers put me in a wrestling hold, and that's when I woke up. But when I woke up,
but he knew you were out.
He didn't know to the extent.
Okay.
Where, you know, how bad it was.
Yeah.
And he put me in a quote unquote submission hold where my neck got wrenched back. You know, and I'm trying to, you know, and I was trying to tell him like, hey, you know, loosen up, but I couldn't because I couldn't get the words out. You know, because I was still kind of like I was still in the daze.
Yeah.
You know, and the referee told me after the match, the referee knew because he said once I hit, he just said he saw my pupils bouncing back and forth. And yeah, man, that was definitely the worst and the scariest for me. Oh my God,
what was the outcome of that?
Honestly, man, I had just a minor concussion, but that was it.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I could easily
after
been paralyzed.
Dropping 15, was it 15, 20 feet?
About 15 feet.
Oh my God.
And I landed right in the back of my neck.
Dude,
you know,
and you thought that was a good idea?
At that moment, you asked me no. You asked me no. But yeah, that was definitely the scariest for me. And it was crazy because my wife was like, I want to say probably like 3 months pregnant with our first one. And she was there. She was sitting right there, right in front of, you know, and, you know, I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, you know, how bad it was. You know, instantly, like right away when I came to, I'm moving my hands around, my toes around to make sure I got feeling everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, which I did, but man, I had a good headache for about a week straight. You know, I didn't go away.
I bet.
Yeah.
But at least the only thing you walked away with was a minor concussion.
Luckily, yes, yeah. And ever since then, I don't fall off that high
anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're more cautious now before anything.
You're right. Especially now, you know, now that I got my daughters, you know, I definitely watch what I do in the ring, you know.
Yeah. And, do you take them?
Yeah, oh, they love it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they love it, yeah.
So they cheer for you, or they boo for you? They boo with the other crowds?
No, they cheer
build that wall, build that wall!
No, they're cheering for me. Yeah, they get upset if I lose, so yeah, they're not happy, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah, but no, I take them, man. My wife takes them.
Oh, that's cool. When I think of bumps, dude, I think of... there's a bunch of them come to my mind. When you were talking about the fall in the cage... Mm-hmm. Mick Foley, Undertaker, right?
Oh my God!
When he won, I think it was twice. He fell twice, right? It was one from the side,
and
one
from the middle. But
that one in the middle was just...
It wasn't supposed to happen. No. Dude. The cage just broke.
And then I think it was Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because Shane McMahon is the son of the president of the company. He doesn't have to do that shit.
Right.
But I think he was all the way on top of the Titantron. And I think he got hit with a chair and he just fell.
He fell right off, yeah.
God.
Yep. He did a bump off the top of the cage too. He did like 2 of them.
What the fuck is up with him? Does he not know who he is?
Yeah, but I think because that's who he is. You know, that's what people know him for. So when he's in the ring, he's trying to live up to that. You know, but yeah,
Right.
it's.
And then my last and final thought of the bump was when it was him and Kurt Angle. Remember when Kurt Angle tried to suplex, or
He did it. Tried to give him a belly suplex
he got
to the
hit
glass
in the head
because that glass didn't break the first time.
Oh, that
So
bomb.
it hit, and he came straight down, and the concrete,
Yeah.
right in the back of his head.
Concrete.
Yeah, yep.
Holy
And then they went for it again, and the second time it broke. Yeah. So, and the crazy thing is that Kurt Angle says that Shane's the one that called for it again.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And his father was pissed in the back. He's like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah. But no, Shane, he wanted to keep doing it.
God, I can't believe that guy's still going at it today.
Yeah.
Gray hair and all, he's still in the ring,
yeah,
dude.
exactly, man. It's commitment.
Dude.
You know, that's dedication right there.
That's passion right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you have any words of advice for anybody trying to get into the wrestling business, into the entertainment business?
For the wrestling business, yes, I would say if it's something you want to do, go for it. But just know that a lot comes with it. It's not just I'm gonna go perform in front of a crowd and live off this dream. You know, you definitely got to pay your dues. You come in. It's like when I started. You come in. You're flyering every weekend. You know, when the shows, you're there early because you're setting up the ring.
Oh, you're setting up the ring.
You're setting up the ring. After the show, I'm not gonna do it now, but when you first start, you're setting up the ring. When the show's over, you're taking down the ring. You know, you could even be the last match. After your match, guess what? You're helping everyone take the ring down. You know, that's all. You know, it's all part of paying your dues. You know, but there's a lot of people out there that just, I meet a lot of people that want a lot of younger kids that want to get in the business, and that are in the business, and you could just see the passion in their eyes, when they're in it. They're excited. They want to be there. They want to learn, and just know that if you got guys coming in that are trying to get to the WWE, trying to get to the big stage, it's not easy. Definitely not easy. There's a lot of obstacles you got to go through. A lot of talent, a lot of competition out there. But if it's something that you want to do, do it. I second guessed myself for the longest time. I did it. I would probably have gone a little bit further with it, but I stopped ever since I had my kids.
Yeah.
I kind of just slowed it down. Now I just do it more for the fun of it, for the passion. But yeah, if you're trying to get in this wrestling business, do it. It ain't no joke. It's definitely no joke. It's you're gonna be in pain. You're gonna feel it. It's gonna take a toll on your body. If you're in a relationship, you're gonna be busy a lot with wrestling. But yeah, go for it. If you've got it, you got the heart for it. Do it. Don't let no one discourage you from that, especially when it comes with acting. You're gonna get a lot of people out there that are gonna try to discourage you from everything.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people that those are the people that are the ones that thought about their dreams and didn't pursue it. So now the people that are doing it, they try to shit on them.
Yeah.
Do it. You got that dream. You want to do acting. You want to do wrestling. You want to pursue your dream as whatever, playing an instrument, doing a sport. Do it. Don't let no one stop you. Whatever they got to say to you, use that as your fuel to keep fighting harder.
And at the end, it's just a projection of their own insecurities.
Exactly. And I give props to everyone that's out there chasing their dreams. It's not. You take a lot of risks. You take risks. And it takes a big person to take those risks and to just to follow their dreams, and to make sacrifices just to get to where they want to be, as far as their dreams and their passions, and I admire those people, that's what I'm doing now, and I give my admiration to those people every day of the week for it,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Any special shout outs?
Like I said, but my one shout out for sure, like I said, is to the people that are chasing their dreams, following their dreams. Shouts out to you guys. I'm one of those people. It's like I said, it's not easy. It's hard. It's not an easy road. But the fact that you're taking the risk, you're taking making those sacrifices, man. I'm with you, man. Shout out to all you guys that are out there doing it. Shout out to you for coming out here and coming out to my house and having this podcast with me, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for inviting
giving me this platform. Hopefully we get to talk again down the road.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. All right, dude. Much respect to you. I hope you break a leg tonight. I hope
Appreciate
you don't fall
it,
off a cage.
Yeah. No cages tonight, man. Hell no.
But definitely walk away with that W. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. I wanted to go to your show because you sent me I saw you had the info out. But hopefully next time I'll be able to bring my daughter. I would like to bring my 7-year-old to be like, hey, this is what Daddy used to love to watch.
Mine are 6 and 7, man. They love it when they come, man. So definitely, hopefully one weekend you're gonna bring her out.
All right, man. Just send that info to me and I'll make sure to go.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man. If you enjoyed this week's episode, please make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay centered on all Indie Center podcast episodes. If you are an independent creator and have a story to share and want to have a sit down, please email me at indiecenter.podcast@gmail.com. That's indiecenter.podcast@gmail.com. If you have sponsorship inquiries, I'd love to help local businesses. Please email me at indiecenter.podcast@gmail.com. Until next Monday, guys. Peace.